Dust2 with a fresh start and a fresh opportunity to show us what they can do as a team. It's Complexity who have the map lead, but it's Virtus.pro who have the map pick. Let's see which way it's going to go. Those 1x bet odds clearly in favor of Complexity after a dominant start. Dust2 could be a completely different story.
Yeah, it really could be a different story if Virtus.pro show up. How often do we count them out of a series and then they deliver? Pretty much every time they get into the series, they get into the match. So looking forward to seeing if that's going to be the case. XX Gunner 90XX observing the game. Rolling back the years to the early 2000 gamer names on the Xbox. Volker, what was yours?
I don't even remember. I think it was probably like Alex Onage or something.
Yeah, mine was VX Rapids.
Ooh.
VX.
Very cool.
Yeah, was my one. VX Clan, dude. Trick shotters in MW2. We'll see if James gonna hit some trick shots of his own with a Glock, and he's gonna find poison. Good start to the pistol.
Good start. Config hears all these steps, and he's moving in through mid. They have to be ready for that flank, but blameF on the site, standing strong. Only able to get the one kill. Kicker trades more. Here comes Config, though. That flank has come into play, but Buster shuts him down and leaves it on JKS.
Oh, JKS with a lot to do, I think it's safe to say, here in the 1v2, but he's got the kit. He's got a decent position for it as well, and Virtus.pro have not yet planted that bomb. They're trying to figure out where JKS is. James got the play out long, and ooh, now they know where JKS is. Becomes very difficult to win this round because you're kind of hoping James gives you the peek in towards Pit, but he's got the shot out onto Buster. Which really does stand a chance here in the 1v1. JKS looking for it. He's down to 1 HP, and Jame ends up winning it. It's just that position. Once you've got Pit, it's really difficult to flush you out of it.
Strong work there to get into a good position in the first place. Jame plays the post plant well, and despite Config's flank having some impact, it's not enough to win his team the round. VP get onto the A site quite quickly. So a good start for VP, which I am glad to see. After that performance over on Mirage, after that result over on Mirage, I do get the feeling they needed that strong start here. They needed to just make sure that was fully behind them, and Yakindar's just run down mid and got a lovely early kill with the Mac 10 at range. That's what we like to see coming out from Yakindar. Kick up and Buster both moving into short. Flash at the ready. Getting around the corner safely. Complexity are much more focused on long right now with these Deegs. Trying to see if they can hold that position instead.
Yeah, and they're doing a solid enough job. Just not giving away any of these fights here, Virtus.pro. You don't want to give any chances over to Complexity. You don't want to give these Deagles that opportunity to crack things open because we know Complexity will take that. So for Virtus.pro, going to start walking over to B. There's only one player waiting for them right now, and that is JKS in the corner. Deagle's at the ready. Sanji's about to be the front man, and JKS is taking his first kill. He'll go for a second, and the body shot's starting to come through, and he's run out of ammo, but the last bullet, it hits the headshot. Jam finally gets rid of him, but Yakindar, he's already done so much work. A 2K for him. blameF and poizon, 2v3 right now, 30 seconds left. And for Virtus.pro, the bomb is going into B, but blameF is coming over here pretty quickly. And if there's a player you don't really want to try and stop you, it is blameF. He would cause a few issues when this Deagle, and certainly can still do that. Bomb starts to go down. blameF wants to go through the smoke, but it's not really looking likely. As much as it's become close, and JKS has set them up with a couple of kills. I think at this point, once you lose the B site, and you're still a player down, you really need utility to get back in, and they don't have any of that. So they're going to back away, and it's going to be 2-0 for Virtus.pro. Good start into the T side. They've got to keep this up.
Good effort from JKS, but as you said, just hard to get back into B. blameF's still got a smile on his face. It's very quickly gone very serious.
Yeah, you can't really have too much of JKS smiling. Then you know something's really up in the world, right?
blameF will be fine to save this Deagle. poizon will be fine to save the Scout. 2-0 start for VP. Much more like it for them here on Dust2. Definitely an important tournament here for the VP guys who have been having some up and down results as of late. Same for Complexity, though. Whoever goes out here will be really disappointed with that result. Because I think that both of these teams were putting a good bit of weight into Cologne as being a tournament where they can bounce back. Complexity have been saying they are a LAN team. They think they will be way better on the lands. This is where they can compete. What a shot from Config. That is a rapid adjustment. He gets back to safety, gets his team the man advantage. VP will be slightly stunned by that one. We also have the MP5 out from Yakindar. He's one of the only players I ever see buying this.
I think Config actually picked it up a few times before as well, but it's very rare to see it come in. Smoke out to the door at B and a peek out from poizon, trying to make it work, but hasn't really come out with much there. And Yakindar, he's got a deep position underneath this window. Utility starting to come through, Jame punching in the digits. And Complexity now going to Sanji's AK, and he is at the ready. He's down in 19, and he's going to get out of the tunnels just in time because a Glock train, it's not so much of a Glock train, but a Deagle train, should I say, which definitely is a little bit more scary than a Glock train, is coming their way. Complexity, though, have decided to call this off. They're not really expecting too much out of it. You can't run on in there. But if you do some damage to the T-side economy, this could really hurt them in the long run because that's going to force rebuys. There's not much money left on them anyway. I mean, Sanji's on $800 right now. And the kill does come in for blameF. Kicker's able to double up. Config and JKS both fall, but VP right now only have 2 players left, and blameF looks to take down another. He does every single kill. Oh, blameF just snaps their necks.
Pretty well played there to get those shots at the end.
Yeah.
The good old Deagle body shots coming through. And now we get a proper buy for Complexity. It is a scout on poizon.
Yeah.
So he's decided to stick with that. This shot, oh, great adjustment from Config. Very, very minute adjustment there. But he hits the headshot because of it. And Complexity actually have a good bit of cash in the bank now because of the end of that previous round where they save an AK, they save on a couple of players. They're in a pretty good position here. They actually have more money in the bank than VP do. Nade could be good. Jame just about gets away from it. Down to 19 health on that AWP, so not an ideal start for VP, but at least they haven't lost the man.
Kicker is looking through the mid doors, and no one's really coming into his crosshair just yet, so he's just waiting for that. He's got plenty of time to do it. Sanji towards the longhouse, and Rush is up on blue. Sanji is toying with the fact that he wants to go out here. With a flashbang, he will, but Rush's position is so strong. Sanji's not going to check it. Rush comes in with a kill, and that's an opening. Now for Complexity. What? James going to molly him out. But Rush gets away. Really well done here from Rush just to stay alive and be a nuisance. And he wants more. He might just go back in the same position. I love it. I love it from Rush, but the play for Virtus.pro is coming in towards this A-bomb site. Utility is holding them back. And that's what we talk about often, is just holding Utility on the CT side.
Big up close. Good kill initially. No luck from Buster. The bomb is still at top mid, folks.
It's on Jame. Come on, Jame. You got to bring it to the site. Your team are already here taking fights. Come on, you got to get the bomb over here. 20 seconds left. Yakindar's going to have to try and get a kill, but what's happening right now? Yakindar's going to do everything, and James just not going for it. Like, what?
So, like, was the goal just Yakindar just run in and die so that James can save? Like,
you think could have won the round.
You either go all in on the save or all in on the round, right?
Yeah.
Like, you either tell Yakindar, hey, come back, we're saving, or you tell him, go in, we're trying to win the round.
Yeah.
I don't know why you do a bit of both. I guess they just lost track of time, is my only explanation.
Well, someone needs to get them a giant stopwatch, because they do that too often. But the problem is there, right, is I'm sitting looking at the round play now, and I'm seeing a chance there for Virtus.pro. I'm seeing the short take, the entry prowess, one of the best entry players playing Counter-Strike with Yakindar. You're going to find some crucial kills there, surely, but the bomb's just top mid, not even caring about it. And
nice kill from JKS.
yeah, good start of the round. Jame was trying to get an opening over here on the B bomb site. Couldn't quite make it happen, though. And for that, you know, Complexity now have a huge advantage into the round. Virtus.pro have got to dig deep and figure out the response. This B site could certainly be it. If they can eliminate Config, it would only be the low HP player of JKS here.
Kindar was trying to go into B with Jame to back him up. That hasn't worked. So what's the plan B from VP? One boost. Wow. poizon didn't see that whatsoever. Nade will go in, but poizon has managed to back away from it. Kicker with a really good kill onto blameF. That's more of what we need to see from VP. Jame almost had an opportunity, but JKS jumps back to safety. 45 seconds left. This time VP look like they do want to go for the round, and they want to end it on this B site, which is really weak right now. JKS is so low on B. So low on B and so low on B.
Thanks for the clarification, Hawk. It's late in the day here. JKS is going to try and make something work. As they cross it over, Config has found Sanji. Great kill to find on the way across, and Sanji's not going to be happy about that, but the bomb plant does start to come through now for Virtus.pro. For Complexity, it's going to try and lock down the fort, hold down the defense. Go for the retake on in, and Config's got the headshot. Jame's under the window, though. And this AWP in this position is going to go aggressive. Jame wants to get out for the fight, and he's done it. He's found a pick here. His teammate's gone down, so it's all on Jame now to have to pull it off. You know exactly where he is. He's got another shot off, but in the end, it is the round win for Complexity. Too many players, too many avenues of approach as well. And when you're not in the form of Jame, it's really difficult to find those positions and make that work. So Complexity make the retake happen, and a big part of that is Config.
This is one of the strange things about Jame, is that's a round where he goes aggressive and it looks so good. It looks really cool that he gets that close range kill. He makes the play happen when he has to in the post plant. I almost feel like he's just got such a high from that one round that all of a sudden he has to go for these slower rounds again just to calm himself down. He's got a head rush from that crazy play he just made. Now he needs a time to chill out for a couple of rounds maybe. Timeout for Complexity.
Yeah, they're going to slow it right down. Talk about this gun round because, you know, it's a pretty hype retake. Trying to figure out where's the economy at right now for Virtus.pro. You know, they get onto the bomb site, they get a bomb plant. Taking a look at the rounds that they won. Where could they be at? What buy could they be getting? And the answer is right now it's not a buy for Virtus.pro. They've got a couple of deagles, mostly default pistols, some utility. Maybe try and get a bomb plant out of this. I think that's really the best case scenario right now for Virtus.pro, but it should be Complexity tying up the scoreline.
That's definitely the most likely outcome. Still no kills for poizon. Hasn't been called upon in these early round wins. blameF spots that one man, nade out. Should do some damage, although it's only 5. The Kindar backed up, and those nades at different angles of elevation are somewhat difficult to land. A bit of damage done onto Sanji, but nothing too significant. VP will get themselves into shore.
.50 seconds now, and Virtus.pro really taking that time, but they have got significant map control, and so a bomb plant could come through because they have gone heavy on the utility. So if you can force away the defense, you could theoretically overwhelm them and get a bomb plant out of this, and that is the goal. Smoke execute in. Flashes should go over the top as well. blameF has not been neutralized. He can hold his position. This is the problem right now. If they want to get a bomb plant, they've got to deal with that, and now they're going to swing on a poizon. blameF on the double. Kicker goes down alongside Jame, and blameF is just having a field day. Another one for him as Kindar hits the deck, and Sanji is gone as well. 3-3, Complexity with a strong hold.
blameF is playing incredibly well right now. Over on Mirage, we saw it too. Excellent spray transfer, comes back up on top. Great headshot onto your Kindar. No time to waste for blameF, and he had to get those kills pretty quickly to keep his teammate poizon safe. poizon was in trouble there when they were closing the distance on towards him. And because he kept poizon alive, the AWP was able to get a kill on the crossing players to the site. After a pistol round loss, Complexity have come right back on top here on their CT side of Dust2.
Kindar. Has got a bit towards short. Good position for him to have right now. He's going to start walking up, starting to clear these close angles, and no one's really looking for him. No one wants these early duels. For that, the smoke execute does come towards outside, and poizon's going to hide in behind the smoke. Sanji's gone forward. He's found one. He's trying to spam through the smoke, and poizon strike from the edge. Sanji is found, and quickly a 4v4 again, but don't forget about your Kindar. Going off to be the player to turn this around. He has had a relatively slow start in the Dust2, but if he can start to get going, this could be exciting for Virtus.pro. poizon moving forward, and there goes your Kindar, set up with a flash. He's going to go in with a kill. Kicker's found the other one. JKS making work for Complexity, but it's still a man deficit for them. 30 seconds left. Virtus.pro still the bombs on Jame. Stop giving the bomb to this map because now he's stuck in the open. Oh no, he's going to go down. Finally gets recovered. Yakindar's got the kill, and blameF just trying to stay alive. If he stays alive, there's a chance to win the round here, but it's up against Yakindar and Buster. And these two players are not going to make it easy for him. Oh, so close, but yet so far to the AK. Lovers kept apart.
Coming in from CT is so difficult here, man. You've got to clear all these angles. You know they're not likely to be here, but you've got to check them anyway. And the bomb is already half gone. So
no
unless
utility.
he gets an easy kill, this one's over.
Yeah, I think it's over already. At this point, you want to do damage, though, because VP don't have that much money, even though the bomb plant in the round will certainly help. Just force the rebuys is better than not, especially if you get that AWP out. Oh, he couldn't get it done. Couldn't get a single kill. VP are going to win the round to save the AWP as well. And that's a good round for Yakindar, right? He gets two really important kills. I think the most important one comes on to poizon there, because poizon probably could have shut down that short attack alone if the flash didn't come in.
It did get uncomfortable for BP because Buster actually went all the way onto the B site. And then Jame starts to panic, I think, because he was like, oh, well, I have the bomb and the B site's clear, but I don't want to move into A in case there's a guy there. So he starts to overthink things slightly, gets flanked out, but thankfully Yakindar makes sure to keep them on top of that situation. So VP back in the lead. Molly's down on long early for Complexity, putting full focus into holding that position. Yakindar's moving in through short, though. This has been the standard start to the round for VP so far. They haven't been fighting too hard for the long control. Instead, they focused on short, where Yakindar did some good work in the previous round. Maybe a chance for him to do the same again here, if VP do indeed go for that A play.
Now just over a minute by 1 second on the timer as Complexity. We're just sitting back. This is a style they've had to get used to over the past 2 maps now. This time a more difficult challenge on Dust2 than over on Mirage, but one they're definitely up to. Yakindar's got a smoke at the ready. I get a little bit worried about this position, just standing with your smoke out, but luckily no one from Complexity peeking into him, and now the attack going in. poizon, I think he should be doing more. He might try and get something done, but these flashes have been so good. He's missed the close shot. He's overrun and just down again. Yakindar closes down the position so quickly. Now blameF is desperately looking for a jump kill, and this is just maybe a little uninspiring for Complexity. I actually want to see some aggression from them at this point. I think getting some short setups, trying to stop VP from taking that so easily, because what's going to happen is you're going to allow VP to play exactly the round they want, which is going for these catwalk executes into the site, and that's how they do it. But if Complexity go in, they spoil the party, they take 2 players out, I feel like that's when VP probably start crumbling again.
It could definitely do with finding a way to stop this A play from being so successful. Whether it is playing retake or, like you said, pushing elsewhere could be a better solution. Something's got to give, though, because right now it's the way VP are winning their rounds.
I think it's even possible that they just go peek short directly, because, you know, poizon's AWP is useless here, so why not just put it up on the ledge? Why not try and go for a peek down short, see if you can eliminate a player who's setting up a set piece? Even if you go down, you're already throwing a spanner into the works, right? Something VP have to try and recover from, and that creates that chaos that allows the likes of blameF to thrive. So I think Complexity probably needs to do a little better job at disrupting VP, because if you let them play this slow, methodical T side and end with their perfect executes, that's exactly what VP want to get out of this. So if you're Complexity, you can really cause a problem, and I do want to see that come through. So gun round is coming up. There has been a timeout to discuss the possible outcomes of this one. And for Complexity, money's in a weird spot because they don't have heaps of cash now at this point. Because they haven't been winning rounds, but they have been saving some. For Virtus.pro, they've got the AWP out, they've got the AKs. Money galore right now for them.
Kindar making a move up mid. This time, oh, blameF there to meet him. Great denial of that early short play, but VP have put most of their players on long. They may just go for a fast commitment into the A site here. They have no map control elsewhere, so they're just going for it.
Yeah, they're going to get the boost up, and blameF's going to get into short. Good position to have once you've lost long control like this. And this is a quick play up long. Buster's got one, but a double from blameF. Huge plays from him, and JKS has come in as well. Kicker now scrambling together. He's got a double kill. Kicker could get more, but finally blameF takes him down. What a hero round from the big friendly giant.
Great play coming in from blameF, and just like you wanted, he stops the early short play. It's a peek down mid that does it. It's not the short aggression, but it's the same outcome nonetheless. Really impressive kill there to get onto your Kindar. Quick time to kill, and then those two players line up for the spray. blameF can just go ahead and spray away onto those two separate targets that were combining into one angle. Just like that, VP's money is in trouble. Same mollies from Complexity onto long. They put one on the doors, one behind the blue container to make sure no one can get out safely. Config's taking a bit of damage. They've got into short, and they're going for a faster play into A.
Oh, and it's a good kill from poizon. blameF also there, but he's not really needed because poizon is taking easy kills. And that's what happens when you don't flash an AWP or off the angle. They're just going to take those kills. And Config's going to hold the mid door. Kicker, the victim. Oh, that's a nice shot from Jame. That's my best Super Mario impression.
You can do better than that.
Yeah, probably, but I'm not going to try it. You're the Mario guy. You've got Mario shoes, Hawker.
I have got Mario shoes.
Gotta show the world those Mario shoes.
Maybe I will at some point if people are lucky.
That's your private content, shall we say.
Exactly. blameF. Oh, wow. Sanji gets him. Okay, well, VP, you're actually making a chance at this. Complexity making a bit of a meal of it.
Yeah, big meal. 45 seconds. James going to go over towards B. He's got a flash in his hands at the ready. Oh, not quite gone to where he wants it, but Rush, oh, he's got exactly where Sanji wants him. Right into his crosshair.
Oh, boy.
The bomb. 25 seconds. No way it's going to make it. There's absolutely no way it does this. That is done.
It might make it. I don't know. It's close. It is close. I think he might make it, but JKS is close by.
Oh,
so
he's
he
going to
could
make it.
stop
He's going to make it. He's going to make it. Thank goodness for that, but JKS could be a big problem. Like you said, he could delay, and he's delayed, and he's dropped the bomb, and the round win for JKS. He's taking a double, and Complexity have tied up the scoreline.
You don't see almost any other teams splitting up there when you're in a 2v2 like that, because you see it's so risky if you're spread out. Like, even when Sanji gets this kill, he doesn't want to push into A because he'd be alone. He wouldn't have Jame to help him. So most teams just like to stick together in that sort of scenario and say, you know what, let's just use our strength in numbers and the fact that the CTs have to be spread out. We can use that to our advantage. We can maybe force a 2v1 on one of the bomb sites. VP are one of the only teams that like spreading out in those sorts of situations, and while it can be unorthodox, it can catch teams off guard for kills. Oftentimes it's really hard to turn that into round wins because they leave themselves with no room for error late in the round. And you see it there, the utility not effective enough. JKS holds his nerve, and now the Glocks are going to try and do something, but I doubt they'll be able to do anything here. Nice kill. But it's, again, only the Glocks.
poizon throws the itchy on him. And he's going to find a quick double, pulls out the USP, and clean as you like it from poizon. Stays alive on 2 HP. poizon's Virtus.pro. As we head into round 12, it's Complexity. We are in the lead by 1 round now. Virtus.pro will get the buyout. The AKs are in play. And I see an AWP there for James, so he'll be very happy about that. I wonder if he can get involved in the early round. Will he go for the mid-doors peek? Interested to see if he gets away with a kill here. He's going to look for it, and across he goes. No kill for Jame.
Not this time. Config sticking around on the other side with that secondary AWP. poizon's pushed all the way up short for complexity. So
Oh,
short play,
oh.
and JKS adjusting so quickly for the double.
That's nuts. 2 quick headshots. JKS is not done. He's still hanging around this position. He's trying for a little bit more. He's taking damage. He's dished some out as well and nearly gets the kill through the smoke on a kicker. Really good round for JKS so far. And Rush now holding, but it's poizon. As the smoke begins to fade, it unveils a Sanji. And poizon's a Sanji hunter.
Good work from complexity. Little switch up on short, getting that early control. JKS is, again, looking really good individually, which I appreciate seeing.
Yeah, it's good to see that for sure. Oh, Jame. I feel like this round's one where VP are probably going to save, right? You have the AWP, a lot of utility, AK for kicker, no map control, no kills. Has to be the save call for the T side. It will put them in that weird spot again, Hawker, where, you know, VP are not going to have money, so they are going to force again. You cannot literally have $0, busted with 50. So it is going to be a force buy into the next round for Virtus.pro. So Deagles, Tech 9s. In those kind of rounds, you generally want to see a quicker play, right? You want to see one of those straight-up executes in towards short, try and create some chaos. Luckily, VP on Dust2 have shown a willingness to do that, so I would be interested to see if that is the call for the next one. And complexity have to realize that's the scenario they're in again as well, right? You got to realize we're going up against what is likely to be a force buy with an AWP and an AK in play.
If you were complexity here, would you be hunting down more aggressively in some of these rounds? When you know they're going to be saving, you can try and get them after time. It could be a big benefit.
Yeah, I definitely would, but I think complexity are just comfortable.
I think so too.
And confident in their own game right now. They don't really care.
And when you just keep 5 alive, it's also just incredibly good for the CTs who just build up their economy. If anything, the CT economy is more important nowadays.
Yeah, so you're just building up money. So if it ever does come to crunch time and you lose a round against the force buy, you still have money to fall back on. So I think you're just playing the safe game. Complexity is playing their own game right now. Just confident in it. And you can understand why, because Complexity have been so good so far in this series. And Virtus.pro, they have been fighting from the back foot a lot. They're going to try and get into this one.
Those 2 saved guns put together with the Deags you were suggesting would come through previously. Not the full investment from those other players though, interestingly enough. Nade doesn't do anything this time. VP is still sitting on mid. Haven't even taken the short control yet. The hard thing about this round for them is that lack of utility. You don't even have a flash to go around the corner. You don't even have a flash to go into the A site. So it may be better off just going for a B play and trying to make that mid play work. Without flashes, this is probably your best bet.
Especially if you can just smoke off CT, right? It allows you to isolate the fight on config. Because he's AWPing, he should only get 1 and drop down into the site, which should allow the attack to come through. blameF's being held back right now. Good Molotov in behind that CT smoke as well to prevent the peek through the smoke. And Kicker and Buster, they're getting kills under the B site. They can get the bomb planted, no problem here. Complexity have got to play the retake, or they've just got to save.
That's exactly why you go for that play, and now Buster's in a brilliant position.
There's no way Rush checks this. There's no way they even go for this now. Rush is gone. They're calling this off.
Even if they did try and go for it, even if someone got a kill from the other side, Rush just dies probably, and then they just get screwed over anyway, so... Complexity saving, probably the better bet here. Nice round from VP. We were saying that without those flashes, that's probably the one best way to win this sort of round. Config does well to get the early kill, but JKS was playing up close. He goes down. Now poizon goes down, which is a shame for Complexity. They're only going to save the AK and the M4 now. They do still have money, though.
Yeah, because they haven't been hunting down the Virtus.pro players and getting picked out, and that's exactly why, because, you know, VP can win those kind of rounds, so... Complexity hanging on to the resources, hanging on to the funds, and now trying to hang on to the scoreline, because VP can certainly pull off a lead in the half here. Things continue like this. Jame looking for the pick down into middle. Hasn't come out on top of it again. Some early utility being exchanged between the players on the B-bomb site. But VP are going to come away from it. slow down the play again. It looks like mid-control is going to be the name of the game again. They've got one player already up there. That is Yakindar. Kicker's going to join him at short eventually. But I am keen to see whether or not there is going to be a fight from middle on the complexity side. poizon is looking for it, and Jame's going to come out on top. VP have the advantage. Good flash as well to stop Config from peeking out into short. blameF needs to get position, but he's caught. And because of the aggressive stance from Yakindar, blameF gets caught out. And now it's a play up into the A site. There's really no chance here for complexity. They've got to get a huge play out of Rush. And he's under so much pressure. He's got one. So many players still coming at him, and eventually it's the AWP. Config is here still, though. But it's 2v4, and oh my god, James decided to have a round here. 3 kills. Headshot on the Config. And complexity have lost the round. VP tie it up. And there's not much money here for complexity, so it looks like Virtus.pro might go into the second half with the lead.
Sanji even finding that final man. JKS taken out at the end, and that means that Rush and blameF will have to be the bank for this final round. So that shot from Jame, well taken through mid, and he gets that kill onto Rush, and this one is a very nice shot to close it with the wall bang headshot. 7-7. VP will have the edge in the buy, although it's not too bad for complexity, mainly just missing that AWP on poizon. No auto sniper money for VP, so just the AWP of James shooting through mid. Hasn't been able to hit that shot so far. Aggression from Config, close to the mid doors, might be at the ready here. More flashes coming through both ways, but Config hears them close by, and that's a smart decision to fall back. You realize that's not a fight he can take.
This short play, though, from complexity could get messy for Yakindar, but they didn't see him. How have they not seen him? Finally, Yakindar reveals his position, and it's a headshot on a Config. Yakindar's got away with murder here, and finally, oh, another one! I thought for sure blameF takes him down, but not to be. Yakindar is having one right here, 10-9. He's going to really light it up towards the end of this half. Kicker's even getting involved, and now Rush. What can he muster? Rush has to do everything. Kill on to Sanji. I need this. What? Kicker ran into the Molotov. And he's going to go down to poizon. And now suddenly it's a 2v3, and the bomb is leaving long.
Yakindar's got a really nice advanced position, though. They can get back to B because Yakindar can cut off the spawn rotation, even having a molly.
Oh, they don't have smoke.
poizon's just running through it. What? Okay, that is ambitious.
It's 20 to 1 in the morning, dude. poizon has stopped thinking at that point. It's 7.5 coming in. Virtus.pro lead the way here on Dust2. We're coming back after the break to see if VP can send us to a third, or complexity can pull off the 2-0. On Mirage, it's VP coming back into Dust2. Complexity not getting enough rounds to take the lead going into the second half, and Virtus.pro putting up a much better fight now, Hawker, to close out the day. Actually, it's to start another day. We're past that point now. We're into the next day here at IEM Cologne, and it's been a long day for all the teams in production. So shout out to those guys. They're the real MVPs of running the show. And we're jumping right into round 16. Yakindar looking to make things happen with the USP, but no one will be coming that way because complexity have gone for that door smoke to allow the safe passage up into short.
Rush coming through to join his teammates with that all-important flashbang to get them through the mid doors safely, and now they will up the pace onto this B split. Yakindar trying to fight aggressively, but they're back on the site. They're about to be run down.
Oh, Buster and Yakindar getting kills between them, and a great hold for Virtus.pro. Yakindar falls quite quickly to blameF, and Buster has answered with a quick headshot. Rush is alone now. 1v4 having to fight from so many different angles, and Jame will take him out of play. 9-7 for Virtus.pro. They're making a real kick of Dust2 going their way right now. Great start to the second half. Maybe they can follow up.
Well, VP did get run down, but they downed the players that were running down at them from the mid doors. I thought the Glocks would be really good in those sorts of fights. They end up jumping through the window, though. Becomes really difficult for them to take a good fight in that position. And now it's Kickert's turn to show us what he can do with the MP5. Not just Yakinda using it on this VP team. Looks like Kickert's having to go with it too. Deegs and a scout out for Complexity. They don't want to give up early in this half. They want to fight tooth and nail for a strong start to the half. poizon, fully focused on mid. Only man with a sniper in this round, so he does have a good chance if there are some long-range fights given to him. Oh, aggression's coming into tunnels though. Yakinda all the way into the tunnels, a chance to take an early kill. Can't take that chance though. He spots JKS and just has to fall back.
Config is going to get that smoke out in towards short. I think Complexity need a little bit of life in them. I think they've been a little stale so far. You know, a big round like this where you win on Deagles, this could change things for Complexity. And Rush is going to start things off well. Good headshot on the Buster. A couple more chances here. JKS is going into the B site. They found a couple of kills. And now Kicker's trying to get involved. MP5 running up the ramp, trying to get something here. They run in, start tapping, trying to find in the wheel spot. poizon kill comes through, denies the bomb plant. And now Sanji, oh, Utility's gone past him, but they're walking right into the Deagle, and Jame did not even help his teammate. He wants none of that. And now he's got to pull off a 1v3 clutch. He's spotted, and they know exactly where he is, so Jame begins to walk back down the ramp, probably to save his weapon. And the round will be conceded. Complexity on a much-needed Deagle round. And Jame, he will be able to pick up a headshot. blameF has been found, and I'll take that, Jame says, with the Deagle, and he'll get out of play.
Great round from Complexity, though, getting their way onto that B-bomb site. VP had to just try and run in and deny that bomb plant, and they did. But Complexity had so many players around the site in good positions to deal with it that once they got the kill onto the bomb planter, they could quickly trade it out. JKS was just ducking behind that bot's position the entire time, or car as it used to be known, because he knew that's a really strong spot to just pop up and get a trade kill instantly. So nicely done by Complexity not to give away any fights there, and to realize that they could go ahead and eventually get that bomb down and win the round. Great work from Cole. They fight for that strong start into the half. VP want to fight back, though. They don't want to just lie down and let this happen. They've gone ahead and bought themselves, and Jame goes for the fight down mid, but comes off worse for wear. Here's Config, easy spray onto Sanji as he tried to cross to the pit.
And Jame is really trying to make something out of the scout. He can be the player that gets you into these rounds. He's done it so many times before for Virtus.pro. He spots the head of the player in the pit. Just couldn't really get the shot to land, unfortunately, there onto Config. So Complexity will hold their man advantage. And Virtus.pro have made a heavy rotation. In fact, everybody is on the A bomb site. And so for Complexity, they've actually got a player poking and prodding around towards B. And luckily for Complexity, is the in-game leader, is the man that calls all the shots. And he is calling to come back to this B site. Get your ass over here. Get that bomb planted on B bomb site. We've got the round here if we come over this side of the map. Probably going to be a save here, honestly, for VP. Because you don't really have any money in the next round anyway, so might as well save what you've got.
A save from VP? No.
They are partial to a save, Hawkeye. You haven't noticed?
Never.
Oh.
Oh,
Maybe you need better glasses.
Maybe. I'm wearing rose-tinted glasses. I just didn't know.
You need Hubble telescopes in your eyeballs.
I do. blameF still wants to get kills here. They don't really need to.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess they're getting bored. Can't blame them. It would be nice to get rid of these guns too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously when you eliminate everything, it limits the chances of VP being able to do anything in the next round.
Yeah, And this is the way to do it. You use your utility to try and give yourself the good fights rather than just running in with the CTs holding the angle. Go on, Config.
That's what you love to see, and JKS doing work as well. They cleared up everybody, and they get every single kill. They don't lose a player either, and Complexity will tie at the scoreline 9 apiece. Very important stuff, and now Virtus.pro, what do they have? It's absolutely nothing. Diddly squat.
Diddly squat indeed. They have a $2,400 loss bonus.
That is something, but...
So that means they can just full save and get a buy into the next. Which is what they will do. James should even be able to afford the AWP. Yeah, these USPs probably don't want to be peeking down mid like this, I'll be honest. Ikendar's taking a bit of damage. They're sticking around close, so that if someone peeks through the mid doors, they can maybe have a chance for a fight, but realistically, 1 kill is likely the best VP can hope for here, unless this mid push comes in and they can hit some really good shots.
blameF has got a FAMAS. He's waiting for a peek around, and at this point, you never really want to walk into a stack like this. It's always difficult, so you've got to figure out, how do I isolate these angles? And you do that with utility. And blameF's going to take a double kill, really well played. And going in as well, Complexity starting to stamp authority over the game, and against this kind of round, you would expect that. poizon had a bit of a mad one in the last round of the first half, but he's all right now. He's getting kills with P250. And Sanji and James starting to back away, Complexity up to 10. And you can't really complain about what they're doing on the T side right now. I'm really enjoying Complexity's just... They're going through the motions, you know, there's not really much resistance, but they're doing the boring stuff, they're doing the fundamentals, and they're not making mistakes, right? They're just keeping it easy.
blameF is still playing really well for them too. Top fragging again.
Yeah, for blameF, right, it's essential to his health and his build-up and his gym routine to get some sleep, so he's trying to be as effective as possible to get this one over and done with.
Got to get that recovery in.
Yeah. Otherwise, he'll just start bench pressing everybody on his team, you know, just pick up a little bit of poizon, throw him up in the air. It was always brilliant when Obo used to play for the side, and you would just see blameF stand beside Obo. It was kind of comical, actually. But we are into the action, and for Virtus.pro, AWP out for Jame. Rifles for the rest. Buy is in. And this means they've got a chance again to try and get back into the gun rounds. They've got to start winning some of these, Hawker.
Yeah, VP need to step up here. We talked about how important this tournament is for them. They want to prove they can do it on LAN. Nice shot from Jame early to try and prove that they can step up here on Dust2. He's taken blameF out of the round early off the back of the boost. The response from Complexity is that long control, which has been going into their favor. Molotov used towards car. Config creeping up. And they have some smoke, so if Config gets up close here, there's a chance for an explosive push into this A-bomb site.
Config trying to run, but Jame has spotted him. Because of that, the kill comes in. 2K at the start of the round here for Virtus.pro. Rush trying to make the difference inside of the smoke has found Sanji, and he's still inside of the site. Good positioning here, and JKS, ooh, this could be spicy. He's in behind. He could get something done in towards CT spawn. In fact, the bomb could go B, which is completely empty right now. Rush is just going to try and attract them all into him, but the bomb's going B, and there's no one there for Virtus.pro.
Oh, Rush is like a Venus flytrap right now. He's so alluring. They're all wanting to go over to him. But the B site is where the bomb's being planted, and JKS is in a pretty good position to cut off that rotate.
Oh, Rush is doing even more, as if it wasn't enough. Just being so attractive, they all can't take their eyes off you. Rush is getting a kill as well. JKS waiting for the mid play. Yakindar's gone down, and Buster, he's down to 19. He's stuck in CT spawn, and JKS and poizon looking to try and take this one their way. JKS is going to try and peer through CT and through the smoke. He gets the lineup. Listen to the sound cue, easily lines it up through the smoke, and Jame saving the AWP. So 11-9 is Complexity. Starting to take quite considerable amount of control at this point. And for VP, it's oh no, he's hit the leg shot. JKS has come through after him, and luckily Jame will get his AWP. into the next round. And it feels like Complexity now are taking control of this because VP should have won that round. You know, look at the rotation over. But the issue is they just didn't have anybody hanging around B. They didn't think about that as a possibility.
Rush doing such a good job there. Knew he had to stay alive for a long time on the site. Had to get the first kill in the first place. Timeout taken by VP. Jame not doing the talking though. Maybe their coach is coming in and giving them a couple of ideas. It doesn't look like any of the players are talking right now. The Complexity, I don't think they're really talking at all. They're just cracking some smiles. They know that this has been going very well for them so far on their T side of Dust2. And as long as that trend is set to continue, they could be about to eliminate VP from contention here at Cologne. Poizon holding mid. Jame was on the other side, but neither AWP getting the chance for the early fight. VP's money in a poor position. They've only got 2 rifles, but those 2 rifles are on their 2 star players in Jame and Yakinda.
One of them has just been taken down to 78 HP by that HE grenade, and that is Jame. For Complexity, they're starting to go out long, and they are challenging down Sanji on the Deagle. Config did a great job taking him down and out of play. Sanji now gone, and JKS making his walk out into the B bomb site. He's done well to pull Buster out, but he pulls a smoke out. Not so good from him there. Because of that, Yakinda is able to get the reply. But it is only the 1 kill for VP, and that still keeps them a man down. I think it's going to be the safe call here for VP. Would you look at that? It has to be at this point. I mean, they have the better weapons. They could go for the retake and likely lose their life just because Complexity have so much control of the site itself, and now they're even in T-spawn knowing what's going on.
Config is close by. Ooh. Couple of shots being rattled off towards those players. Complexity could certainly hunt here with the money they have, but saving's fine. At the end of the day, they're winning rounds.
I mean, they don't really need to do anything right now, right? There's not really posing a risk. And even in these gun rounds, VP haven't posed a risk at all. So Complexity just happy, being confident in their system, making it work. 12-9 up, 4 rounds away, and VP going for a timeout.
Another one ahead of this round.
Config starting to go full Viking with the beard. James already there. James got the full beard going.
Okay, Jame is doing a bit of talking during this.
What's he cooking up? That's the question.
Sanji also getting vocal. This is good to see. Some of the VP players speaking up this time. 12-9 for Complexity. This round is so important for VP. If they lose this, they fall very far behind on their map pick.
Look at Kita. That is who I aspire to be right now. He's just lying back, chilling, having a good time. And that's what you want to be doing as a coach, right? Just sitting back, allowing your team. They've got it. I'm fine. I'm not really needed right now. Let's see if VP can force Kita to sit up. After the timeout, we're into the action.
VP yet to win a map here at Cologne. They could go crashing out without a single map win if they lose this one. This round would be a big deal if they lost it. Poizon was waiting on the mid doors. No chance given to him yet, so he's going to have to take the fight to them if he wants this early kill. That nade is brilliant though. He's down so low now. The molly comes in on top. 30 health left on the AWP of Poizon.
Yeah, he's been down so heavily right now. Complexity. In a pretty good spot, but losing that health and poison does put a bit of pressure on him. He has to choose his positions wisely because he can't really put himself in a spot where he can be bombarded with utility. So you now start to look to some of the rifles maybe to take the frontal charge, and Complexity are looking to do that with the heavy B hit starting to come in. They still have some presence up towards short, so they could leave one player there, maybe even go for the B split. They're going to smoke double down into CT, and this play starts to come in. JKS with a big opening. Yukindar holding into middle. He's found Rush. blameF starting to come around, and Yukindar's got him as well. Really good stuff from Yukindar. But in the meantime, the bomb's gone down on the B site, and Config's locked that in. And VP, this is a 4v3. This is a winnable round. They're up a player. They have to go for this one. They have to make the retake happen. And Config, alongside poizon, might just be too much to handle, though. poizon's already in tunnels, and they're taking their time. Coming up, though, is bloodthirsty Yukindar, and he's found a couple. And VP are now ready to go through, ready to re-enter this B bomb site. Utility starts to come in, flashes are through. Config's been blinded, but poizon's got a kill. Another one from poizon, finally flanked upon by Yukindar, but the round's done, and it has to be the save call.
Has to be the save. Oh, missed shot from Jame. He should get away safely. Goes back closer to the bomb, but he's fine. No exit kills at the end here. 2 save guns that VP needed that round. They had nades. They had utility. It just took a while to use them, and they weren't able to, unfortunately, find the positions.
Can you imagine if Jame is holding tunnels from outside that door? Now the doors are flipped. You can hold the AWP into the tunnel peak. poizon would have peeked into the AWP. Jame would have got that kill, covered off his teammate, and they would have probably won the retake.
They were hoping that the Yukindar flank would come in too, but it took a while to come in from the tunnels. Took a while for them to assemble the retake in the first place, unfortunately. But with those save guns, a buy is available for VP. They can keep themselves with the guns at least, but they need rounds at this point.
Oh, Yukindar in the corner, burning away, down to 46, and Buster, he's found one. It's JKS, who has been doing a lot of entry work in towards that B bomb site. He's 20 and 12 right now, but he's down and out on this one. And Complexity are going to have to play without him. They're going to have to play with a 4v5 situation. Even though Complexity go down early in the rounds, they seem to always find a way to pull it back. For VP, they can't let that happen. This is going to be the fake B split. This is going to be the short execute. The smoke has gone down for CT, but it's going to be the A play, and Jame is ready for it. His teammate is now trying to get in position. Kicker got close to the site itself with a rifle, and now the pressure's up, flashes are in, and Kicker trying to peer around the edge of the smoke, and Rush has come in with a headshot. Jame has done well to find one more, and Sanji's still here as well to back him up. The rifle's doing good work as the bomb finally goes down. Is poizon peeking out, trying to get something here. Complexity in the post plant, and again, poizon making the difference. Pick your poison, VP. Save or lose the round. Config has hit the headshot, and Yukindar's out of there. Again, I don't know how they're doing it, but every single time Complexity are down and out, they somehow find a way.
Nice shot from Yukindar, but the round's over. And poizon's shot earlier was so good. Only the head of Sanji showing. First time round, he hit him through the wall and ended up doing 20 damage. But the second time, he goes far enough that it's a clear line of sight. Rush's entries was so strong as well. The fact that he gets 2 kills, the fact that he gets instant headshots really opened up the round in the first place to allow that to come close, to allow poizon and Config to win in the post plant. Final timeout taken by VP. They know they are on their last legs here at Cologne. They haven't won a single map at the event. They could be about to crash out without a map win.
It would be quite the disaster for Virtus.pro after such a good online era, right? Katowice Grand Finals, contenders for the big events. To come onto LAN and just crumble without much of a say. It's been unfortunate, but it looks like Complexity are about to send them packing. Virtus.pro have got to dig deep. Getting in behind the smoke, it's Jame. Goes on the other side, and Rush is going out, looking for some fights, and Config's done well to crack it open. Really good start to the round here for Complexity, and Rush is going in for more. Yukindar has put him down and out, and Sanji's doing good work as well. This is much better from Virtus.pro. More like it from Yukindar. These holds are strong. Complexity try and go for a quicker play to try and break their backs out of the timeout, and all that happens is they get broken. blameF and poizon have got to pull off the 2v4. And I was saying in the last round, Complexity always find a way out of these, but I don't think this is going to happen now. Surely not. Oh, surely
Okay.
not, but blameF, he's got one. And there's still a low HP player of Sanji and Yukindar, but Buster has now found blameF. It has to be poizon. And Buster's done very well to get out of dodge.
Oh, yeah. Yukindar's even pushed out long. Now they know. 100%.
Look how quick poizon is.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's dead, though.
He's got a 1v1. He's not dead somehow. He's still alive, and he's getting through window. He's going to try and drop down into the side. poizon looking for Buster, hunting him down. He knows exactly where he is, and the no-scope from poizon brings the bomb down to the side, but Yukindar... Oh, Yukindar. Execution. Public execution. poizon goes down. I don't know how he gets into that situation, but Yukindar makes sure it doesn't go any further.
And thank goodness for that for VP, because they've been losing too many rounds where they've been getting off to good starts. The no-scope was so well taken by poizon. I thought Buster was just going to stay in tunnels there, because it would have been a good position to deny the plant, but great work from Yukindar. Again, showing us what he can do individually. I don't think that's been the problem here in this series. Yukindar has been playing well. He's been having the most impact on the VP team. Haven't been able to string enough rounds together, though. poizon on the mid-cross, not able to land the shot. Haven't seen too many shots land with those orbs on the mid-doors so far in this game. Kick at nade, goes too far past JKS, who in turn puts a smoke onto the mid-doors. Short control being taken, long control being taken. Two smokes used by Complexity to completely lock Jame out.
I like this. This is kind of cool from Complexity. Gives them long control. Doesn't get them a kill, but it gives them the long control, and that allows the player to get into pit. The issue with this, and why you don't see it as often come in, is just so heavy on utility. It costs a lot to do this. And JKS in towards short. Some aggression coming in from Sanchu and Kickert. It's 1-for-1. JKS gets one, but Kickert's quick to reply. And because of that, now they can focus in. The attack from Complexity is starting to come up the ramp, but they've lost short control. That's a big issue for them now. They've got to get some kills. The Molotov has kept Yukindar alive because they didn't see him cross over to Gandalf. And now he's stuck in behind all these smokes. So Jame is boosted up, trying to peer into the site, but no kills are coming through. Finally, blameF starts the affair off with a headshot. Yukindar's gone down. Another kill, this time for Config. It's just Buster and Jame. They've got to make a 2v4 work, and 30 seconds left. The bomb will go down, now up to 40. But for Virtus.pro, double up retake, that's just not doable. It's going to be map point for Complexity, and Virtus.pro are one round away from being eliminated from IEM Cologne without a single map win.
It's another round where it looks so good for VP tactically. It looks so good for VP on the macro level. Yukindar has pushed all the way through B tunnels. You know it's the A play, and they can't find favorable fights. Complexity have been landing some brilliant shots, it has to be said. But for VP, this is a real frustrating game right now, because in a lot of these rounds, they are getting into good positions. This is a prime example where you have 4 CTs all over the A site. You're thinking to yourself, we're golden at that point. You're thinking to yourselves, we can lock this down. We can set up some trade kills. But the fights end up happening one by one. They're unable to work together in those duels. And Complexity up to series point. Not looking good for VP, but Complexity would love to get this win right here and now.
Jame holding the attack out long. Again, Smoke's trying to get rid of Jame, and second one's not in though, so there's a bit of a gap there to play with. But they do get long control here for Complexity. Great early control established, but it's again the short control that comes in immediately from VP. Once they see that long has been taken, they send a player aggressive short. They're going to try and challenge into Jame. He's got one in the AWP, another one for Jame. He's going to try and take everybody down. And Jame lit into the night is still fragging like a madman. blameF goes down as well, and VP are not done yet. They've still got some life left in them.
Another glimpse of what Jame can do when he has to step up for his team. These are some great shots. The first one's just fine, but the second flick, very, very quick. And then Sanji assists him on that final fight. No molly into Kara, and that makes it so that the AWP can just play that turret style, one by one by one. Jame will take those fights all day long. That's what he loves to do. That's his bread and butter, holding angles like that. Still a chance for Complexity here. They have plenty of money. They have some AKs. And they are running it down mid to start this round.
Oh, well, Kicker's got a very good opening kill. He was the player that delivered impact for them at the beginning of the round and the previous, and now he's continuing it as well. Kicker, the MVP in these rounds. You cannot getting involved, and it's just starting to crumble for Complexity. Virtus.pro getting involved, and now they're waking up. This is more like it from Virtus.pro. It's early in the day, kind of, but also kind of late. So I guess they're waking up at the right time. I don't know, somewhere in the world they are.
Another faster round for Complexity there. They try and just go for the quick play through the mid doors. They try and get the quick split into B, but just before that smoke blooms, risky to go ahead and do that. The second player not ready to trade because he has the smoke in hand, and now that money is starting to run out on the Complexity side.
Yeah, they're scrapping together what they can, and it's going to be an AWP here for poizon. It's going to be looking for the pick, and Buster is taking config out, so a huge opening here for Virtus.pro. If Complexity lose this round, they're likely on the eco next round, so that should be 14 rounds for Complexity. And then we're just 1 round away from overtime. Yet again. Not in this game, but we've had enough times for the day. It'd be kind of cool to see Virtus.pro try and bounce back, though, you know, in terms of not being able to put up a map win yet, really putting up a fight, staying alive, showing us what they're made of, and at least doing something on land, because all of the hype around Virtus.pro coming out of the online era into IEM Cologne, we wanted to see them deliver. We wanted to see them show up, and it has been pretty lackluster, should I say, so far, and maybe this is it. Maybe this is the turning point for Virtus.pro. Complexity not done yet. Yakindar's gone aggressive into the tunnels. 50 seconds now on play, and the attack up short comes in. Kicker's taking blameF, but the ball's gone through mid to B. There's one player up here right now. It is going to be Buster. But remember, Yakindar's still in the tunnels. Kicker's getting kills, and everybody is falling for Complexity. Not a single frag for them. VP keep everybody alive. 15-13. The fight does not work out for Complexity. They don't even get the bomb plant. So it's going to be 15-14 right now for Virtus.pro. Complexity have to take the full eco. This is going to round 30. And we might just see another overtime here today, and potentially even a third map coming out. We've got plenty more Counter-Strike coming up either way.
Problem there for Complexity is you sell the A-Fake fairly well, but the response to that from VP this time was Yakindar pushing into tunnels. So even as you come back to B, he's in a pretty good position to deal with you. In goes Jame early, making sure that the pistols can't do anything crazy. He takes the advanced angle, takes the first kill of the round. Config nullified early in this one, giving the pistols an even lower chance of coming through and winning this series. It was already unlikely. Now it's incredibly difficult to see Complexity winning this round. Sanji on long hasn't had the best game. Only 9 kills for him so far, so it would be nice to see him stop these pistols in their tracks here.
Molotov holding them off, but here goes Sanji. Can he do it? He's got this position. Oh, but he's missed the shots, and eventually he will be traded out, but... Oh my god, okay, blameF. That is disgusting. Probably not much more from him in the round, especially with Kicker's position, but blameF has got the AK. The issue is he has just taken 97 damage in the process of picking it up, so probably hinders his chances. 20 seconds now, maybe a save call for blameF. Let's carry the AK over, get some extra money in the round. Still going for it. But yeah, it's got to be a save now. Gonna have to get into comfortable position and save the AK-47. So we are going around 30 here on Dust2. Potentially even a third map, Hawker.
Could be. It's a $2,900 loss bonus, I believe, so basically saving the AK makes no difference, sadly. But it is a nade in his back pocket too. Technically, he saved $100. Now he will have to buy the Kevlar, and Complexity will take a timeout ahead of round 30. They've got their chance to advance into the next round of this lower bracket as long as they can go ahead and win this one. Rush trying to make sure he stays focused, as are the rest of the team. They've picked up 4 AKs. Config should be following suit, making sure he has the right nades for the job, the right assortment of utility to run whatever strat VP will be falling to if Complexity can win. We'll see if Complexity can find it though. Double AWP set up with Yakindar having the long spawn. He's going to see if he can use that AWP over on the A side of the map early. They don't want to fight him though.
Yeah, they don't want to have any of that. Jame is going to be peeking down in towards the lower tunnel. Thought he was about to come away with a kill there, but luckily for Complexity, they do not lose an early player. blameF has been dealt damage. Kicker is trying to come in towards CT spawn. Trying to find out. It's over for the VP side, and Russian config. I think they're just waiting out the smoke. It looks like this long play is about to come through. They want to go for the A split on Complexity. Comes down to whether or not Jame can hold good Molotov. That's going to slow things even further for Complexity. There's been no aggressive play into the tunnels yet from VP, but they're making sure of it. And now JKS goes in for his play. It has not worked out for Complexity. They have lost the early player. And for Virtus.pro, they're holding on, and Jame has got the kill. Jame's found another one. We're going to overtime. poizon's left alone. He's got one. Surely this is overtime now. The Bulgarian's got to pull off a bulldozer all around. He's running up long. He's trying his best. And he's looking for a couple of shots to come through. Smoke down into spawn. Molotov further up into the backside. As poizon runs down, it's just one more. Overtime is needed here on Dust2. It's late in the day. We're heading for more. It's Counter-Strike continuing after the break. We're late into the day here. It's 17 minutes past 1 here in Europe, and Uncle G still going. We've even had to go into family members, distant family members, to get observers for the game. We're that late in the day at this point, and we're hopping right into it. 15-15, overtime needed between Virtus.pro and Complexity in this elimination matchup. VP do not want to die. They want a map win here, and Dust2 might just be it.
Yakindar going aggressive into the tunnels. Flashbang was on his right side, but he didn't fully commit to the fight. This game may turn into a scrap right now, just fights all over the place. I've already seen some missed utility early. They missed a molly onto long on the VP side. Didn't cost them, but those are the sorts of mistakes you can maybe expect with it being so late in the day. Here come the smokes from Complexity, but Yakindar's already taken out JKS in the tunnels.
VP close strong, start strong now as well. Yakindar gets a little too aggressive, I feel that. poizon taking him out of play, and now Complexity trying to get the split onto the side, but Kicker in with a double kill, and the bomb is down. Huge play from him. He was having so much impact throughout that first half of overtime, and a no-scope through the smoke as well. What has happened? VP have just come alive.
Come alive here. Yakindar with that aggression into the tunnels gets the early kill, and while he does fall on the second, Kicker's play is really what makes the difference. Denies that split into the B site entirely by himself. Last time out taken for Complexity. They have let this slip somewhat. Remember, they had a big lead. They had so many series points, and now they're fighting for overtime, and it's hard to deal with that sometimes.
Yeah, this is VP when they hit their stride. They can be this dangerous team. You know, we as much as we've seen a disappointing Virtus.pro over the last few weeks in terms of their performance at the RMR, now their performance starting off Cologne, this is the VP that people fear, is when they get into this mood, when they start winning rounds like this, it can be very difficult to put them away. So now Kita is sitting up. He has to do some work now at this point because Complexity are down and out. They are behind after such a long time. It's Virtus.pro in the lead. Double up setup for Buster and Jame. We'll see how the spawn works out for Buster. Looks like he's going to try and take that peek in towards long. Yakindar actually getting tagged on the cross, but no kill for poizon.
Haven't seen too many of those tags on the mid doors so far, but finally one lands. Jame being boosted. He's used that position a few times, so Complexity are wise to it, using the flash to force him away. Bomb just got tossed behind Xbox. Someone will have to get that at some point, but not Config. He's thrown it there so that he can move up into the short position. Slight readjustment here as Sanji goes to assist on B. But Complexity happy to continue to take their time.
Kicker with the AK. Oh, he's gone through and a smoke down for the CT cross. Flash through as well. And a minute left now. As Complexity start their attack into the B bomb site. Everybody coming over to this side of the map. Defense is currently looking strong. Yekindar not so strong though, 12 HP. And Sanji's got to make something work. But Yekindar, even low HP, gets a double kill. That's a huge double to find as well, because now it gives VP a huge advantage. And Sanji, it was a lazy peek from Rush. He thought he had cleared the position, but Sanji was so tight in the corner. And now Kicker getting involved as well. This CT side are holding strong. And blameF has to be even stronger. Usually he is. He's tagged up now, down to 14. AWP now picked up. Looking for the shot, but look at the flank.
He's trapped right now. 15 seconds. He's just got to go.
Oh, there it is.
Won't be able to.
Buster coming in behind. Was ready for it. Easy kill for him. 17-15 now for Virtus.pro. I'm starting to look at a final map here. Overpass is looking pretty likely at this point with how Virtus.pro have started to pick up the pace. And, you know, when we see Virtus.pro playing well, Overpass can be a good map for them. So we would have a good affair if we had to head to the third and final of the day. Before Complexity, they need some burst of life again, right? In regulation, it was that Deagle round they won. They need another one of these rounds now. They just need a gun round. They need something to go their way. Otherwise, VP might just take this flawlessly all the way to a third map. Early damage being done. Kicker trying to spray through. He's done a lot of damage quickly onto the Virtus.pro players. Complexity receiving quite a bit themselves.
Buster deciding to go back to the bomb site after that early damage has been done both ways. Molly into Car. That was a position that previously Jame was dealt with. Look at the map. Yakindar's all the way behind them, but Jame's been taken out on the bomb site. They still need to stall on the A side of the map.
This is Yakindar freed up. He's trying to get in behind as quickly as possible. Poizon's trying to get up short, but the play's now in. Buster, can he do it? He's got one. He's gonna go back for more. A second on the JKS and a third from Buster. What a beast. Poizon goes down. Buster with the ace. All 5 kills. Buster is in the real gamer hours now, and he's just delivering everything.
Boy, oh boy.
Another ace for the tournament, by the way.
Keep that tally going at home. Wow, this is so good from Buster. That shot's nice. Through the smoke. I don't believe he went through the smoke, but he comes away with it. Yakindar with all the information, so Buster knows he just has to fight, and he fights to the death. Not the death, though, because he doesn't even die. He gets them all. 18-15 for VP. One more round needed to take us to Overpass and to put Complexity in a position where they will be fairly frustrated with this. They've lost a lot of rounds in a row here. I think they may have had a 15-9 lead at one point even. It's been a lot of rounds lost in a row for them, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's been a real rough affair to watch. I think you're right. I think it was around 15-8, 15-9. Forgive me, it is late in the day. My memory has started to fizzle away. My brain currently decreasing in size, and it wasn't that big to begin with. Poizon really looking to try and open things up. It's one of those deep lurk smokes coming in from VP. No one's really going to play with it, though. But it does get in the head of Complexity as to what is possibly happening. They haven't gone aggressive. They haven't got info right now. You basically got to mind game yourself. You got to figure out what is VP doing. VP really haven't committed to much yet. They are going towards short. It looks like the A split.
It is important for me that VP just make some calls now, go for some of these earlier plays. You can't try and run down the clock here late in the day. Yakindar with the molly, but he might be caught out. blameF is pushing towards him, but Yakindar, 2 entries, and that could be the game.
This is flawless from Virtus.pro. This is unbelievable. What a turnaround from VP. They heard us. They figured out we haven't won a map yet, and now they're going to change that. They do it in convincing fashion. JKS and Config, they're left alone. And JKS will find Kicker. They've got to start clawing this one back, Complexity. If they want to close it here, they've got to go again. And they pick up the round. JKS has got another kill. This is huge from him so far. He goes boosted up, but Yakindar's ready. Another headshot for him. and Config is desperately scrambling, trying to find his kill, but Buster will close it. 19-15, Counter-Strike continues here at IEM Cologne. We're going to a break. We're coming to break this one down, and then we're heading to a third. It's Overpass coming up soon.